My hair is representative of the frazzled mess that I apparently am at this exact moment. NaNoWriMo may get the best of me yet within the final 10K home stretch to round third plate and go to home base, if you want to have some sort of baseball analogy attached to things. But there's some hidden surprises this time that are not pregnancy failure related, that are helping those bumps to turn life around for the better in many ways. Welcome to one of my last NaNoWriMo vlogs, and to one of the last times I'll record, hopefully, from this space, my dear lovelies, hearties, Soul Squad. I have a really big announcement in our next video as the start to vlogmas, so let's go ahead and wrap up NaNoWriMo the correct way. Above all, take care of yourself. I know you're worth it. Blessings be. Now let's rock. So many of you know that at the 25K mark for writing Regolith's Relics, The Children of Moondust, as part of NaNoWriMo 2022, I had said I might actually win Nano this year. In my opinion, I've already won Nano. That does not mean that according to the NaNoWriMo 50K goal, I have won Nano properly, but I had a personal goal that I assigned to myself to beat what I had done last year in the middle of a physical and mental health crisis. So my goal was to break 35K. I am sitting at a very healthy 42K as of today. So I only have less than 8,000 words left. If I use dictation and sprinting to my goal and aim, I'm done before the 30th. However, I did take several purposeful and non-purposeful days off this month. Let's go ahead and take a check at my graphs right quick. They're a little messy. This is one of the most non-linear roads to completing NaNoWriMo I think I may have ever seen in my life. I'm usually pretty consistent, like I'll be right, 1 or 200 every day on either side of the bullet points that are typically there on the graph. This time around, I had a really strong start. I had an amazing start at the beginning of the month. Part of it was because I had that energy from the writing retreat weekend that we had in October for Heart Breathings, really preparing me for it appropriately. And then we had our really stellar double down day at the beginning of this month. And I knew the end of November was going to be rough for me. How rough, I had zero clue. And because I was able to get so far ahead, when life happened to cause things that are going to happen next month to happen, more about that during Vlogmas, I promise, I ended up having to realize that I can make the best laid plans and they're going to go absolutely off the rails. If you were to equate that graph to a track, I went way off track several times. I came back to it, but was able to manage in the end, I guess you could say. One of the things that really helped me to get back on track was I had built in a purposeful self-care week, with the week of Thanksgiving here in the United States being when it is every year. I know that I tend to spend a lot more time not at home, either be it I'm visiting family in Pennsylvania for my in-laws, or my husband and I are traveling for different various reasons related to one thing or another. And I took that week off. One of the things we did was we went to Hershey to spend time with my mother-in-law, who has been very kind to open her home to us on holidays in the past. You have seen some footage on my Instagram of pictures and things. Some of you who have been following me on Facebook for a while, you've met her kitties Jenny and Hermes before. And some of you know that we all went as a little family outing this past September over to the Lebanon County Expo Center at their fairgrounds, where they hold this really huge gem expo. The one in the summer is apparently much bigger than the holiday craft show we went to instead, but still there were beautiful gems to behold. I managed to grab a few simple things this time around. I didn't necessarily go without an attack plan this time. The first time we went a few months ago, I just went to go see what it was and experience it for what it was, and I kind of had a few odd and end things in mind, but whatever struck me to buy is what struck me to buy it. This time around, I had some specific things in mind. I wanted some sort of actual amethyst geode, because I love amethyst, always have. And then I also got a selenite bowl, just something pretty simple and a little logical for the space to store some of my looser stones in, because, well, cats and jumbled gemstones, what are you going to do? But most importantly, I wanted to find something to honor somebody who's very special in my life, even though they're not here. Most of you know that the reason behind my health crisis last NaNoWriMo was postpartum miscarriage loss and ectopic surgery, recovery, whole 9 yards. NaNoWriMo was a mess last year. How I even managed to write what I did was a miracle and a half, on top of the fact that I conceived a miracle and a half. So to honor our angel, I got an opal, rainbow opal birthstone ring. So I would much rather have angel here, but since I can't, I wanted to have something to wear on my person to, you know, feel a little more connected. When I looked up what the rainbow opal meant, other than being a variant of the October birthstone, and logically so, considering we have an October baby technically, the other thing is that it represents a change of fortune, a good luck charm, a sign of hope to remind people whom have faced disappointments not to give up. And that is definitely one lesson that angel has taught me, not to give up on this person here. So as we're getting ready to end a week of thanks, end a week of thanks here in the United States, with Thanksgiving being this week, and with NaNoWriMo coming to a very, very swift end in the next couple of days, you know I have one request, my dear friends. Please take care of you. I care that you take care of the people I care about. Please take care of my friends. You. Blessings be. Here's to whatever you've accomplished this month. Do not beat yourself up for it. Have some self-grace. And if you can't, come over to me. I'll have some with you. And help. So some of you have been wondering, one of the ways I take care of myself is by taking care of my hair, right? I've said in the past, it's one of the few things I am super vain about. It's the only thing I'm really vain about, my personal appearance. I don't know why. Just love my hair. So as part of Self-Care Saturday sprints that I'm currently hosting with Melissa Power of Power Play Press while I'm doing my Self-Care Soul Care sprint, I am actually sharing what hair mask I sometimes put on my hair. That's why I looked grody all sprint. So bonus. I use 3 ingredients, and it's basically just making mayonnaise the consistency I need it to be to put it in my hair easier, because I take mayonnaise for every fistful of hair. I do a full tablespoon. I have about 4 fistfuls of hair I cover, so there's about 4 tablespoons of heaping amounts of mayo there. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and add into it is for every 2 handfuls, 1 to 2 handfuls, you add an egg. So 2 eggs. Go and put those in off screen because messy. And then you put in oil of your choice. I will do a little bit of a mix of a coconut oil and a marula oil just to get it to be whatever consistency I need. So let's get it all mixed up, shall we? Drina. You don't normally let me put you on camera, baby girl. Hi, babies. Drina. Meow. Hi, that's my baby girl. My familiar and then some, right? She will not let me hold her, and she is a little camera shy. A little. So, it's been about 2 hours of soaking, and I can tell it's soaking in because it's starting to get crusty. That's the correct word. Crusty. I'm not sure if you can hear the crinkle. Shush phone. I'm not sure if you can hear the crinkle. But it's like a moist crusty. So I need to go wash this out. It is actually, other than smelling like egg, not smelling horribly because of the marula and coconut oils. So let's see how good she looks when she dries, shall we? Be back soon. So the curls are looking really good now that they've had a chance to dry. Ooh, flip it around and do the flippy. It really helped my curls a lot to do that treatment methinks, huh? So, how have things gone? I sat in on Tracy the Revised Writer sprints this afternoon. I was really not feeling good, and I had to take care of, yes I did, Drina. I had to take care of some dishes, some other stuff in my office. More stuff to throw away. Again, just stuff I'm finding. Why am I keeping this? You know, training materials for things that were in style for teachers to use pedagogically 8 years ago is not always applicable now, especially since I'm not teaching in a physical classroom space, and some of those things pertained to classroom management, layouts, and so on in a physical classroom space. And I'm in a virtual classroom where a lot of that don't matter no more. Sorry, Kagan and APL, I'm looking at you. I love you both, but you don't apply in the same exact way as you once did. So I had to take some of my old, quote, outdated materials, and I'm not going to donate them because most teachers have either been trained in them or been trained not to use them, put it that way. I therefore had a much more relaxed day, and I know I probably have about the next 24 hours or so left to dedicate to this novel. And then things that I cannot really talk about more detail of until vlogmas will be really ramping up next week. So maybe it's a good thing that I took a little lower key self-care day. Some of the things I needed to do around the house I really could not do alone either. I needed Cody's help, to be fair. So ending word count at this moment, Tracy the Revised Writer just ended her sprints. 48,506 words on Varian and Amber. And oh my gosh, I already have enough in my head to start writing book 2. So after I take care of some administrative tasks during shenanigans sprints tonight, I'm going to have to go ahead and just do some book 2 seed ideas. I may do a bonus video and cover those seeds and definitely go over more of the book Bible layout and things. I think this video is getting a little too full to cover that. Tomorrow is the last Sunday of NaNoWriMo. Melissa has her sprints in the morning, and unfortunately I'm going to miss Tracy's planning session and live sprints, and I may miss Lisa's sprints tomorrow night as well. So it is 8:17 p.m. Eastern Standard, or Eastern whatever it is time now. Oh my gosh.
Happy Monday morning and welcome to the last week of NaNoWriMo, everybody. Hi. We're in my car. Only because I just went to go sit outside for a little bit. Where we are currently living, it's one of the few places Cody and I can go for some privacy because we live in a one-room apartment inside of a duplex house, basically. So where we're at now is really cramped, and sometimes on mornings where I have work Mondays and Tuesdays and he's off Mondays and Tuesdays, I like to come out here and just kind of sit, chill, listen to the wind go through the trees, that kind of stuff. It's drizzling a little bit this morning, so the clouds have actually been really interesting to watch for a few minutes while I'm sitting here with my morning brew and just trying to wake back up. I did not film the capture of it proper, so I'll pop in a link from a chat that really kind of captured what my yesterday was like in the morning a little bit better. So Sunday, the 27th, I finished NaNoWriMo. I did not write all 27 days. I missed a solid 7 days during that 27. So technically, if you count up only my days where I got words, I wrote an entire novel, which was in and of itself only slightly over 50,000 words in 20 days. Now, mind you, it's a really gnarly, not great looking zero draft. And as an English teacher, I can attest the step we all don't like to do, the revising, editing, proofreading stages are where we really polish what we feel is trash into something better. So I'm just going to have to let the novel sit for a bit. Thank you to everyone who cheered me through it. I really personally just wanted to reach that 35K this year because with my medical crisis last year, I only got to 35K on the book I wrote then, which was book 1 to Vitae Elangica, my lit RPG X contemporary small town romance. X urban fantasy is what people are labeling it when they read about it and read excerpts from it. So I still have yet to be able to go back to that book. It's a little painful to touch and it starts great. About halfway through, I just lose all interest in it. And it's probably because I need to finish. Let's get real. I need to focus on December a little early. I've already started filming some vlogmasy things yesterday. And you're like, Jenna, Vlogmas doesn't start for another couple days. I'm nervous. But I also know the month ahead's going to be a really good one. I have learned a lot, again, from writing during NaNoWriMo. I know I can fast draft when I have to. I know I need to start relying more on dictation, or my carpal tunnel is going to end my teaching, or my carpal tunnel is going to end my writing career, as much as the possibility of changing jobs in the next year to make the bills be paid easier might also end my teaching career. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks to the next couple of months, but wow. I wanted to do one more video walking you through my plot binder a little bit better, show you different parts of it, and get you interested in talking about the characters a little bit more. So let's go ahead and take a final walk through all those things, and this will be our last NaNoWriMo video for 2022, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and look at this crazy thing I created. So, Regolith's Relics, Book 1, The Children of Moondust, 2 POVs, first person, Amber, Varian, that's it. The original thought process behind it was a single tagline of anime space opera meets paranormal romance. So let's take a look at the binder and take a look at the characters as far as not just what their character sheets are, but me introducing them as humans, not just pieces of paper, I guess. See you inside.